I just pull up to the east side, but it keep me westin'. For starting something, but learning still you was testing. I could've got a degree, cause you a lesson. You ain't gon' make it in life with no aggression. I call my Mac 11, welcome until the beach. I pull up to my elementary, for summer teachers who said I should never be a dreamer. Well, now I'm doing something and you not. Pays to be a believer. They say more money, more checks create the problem. You wouldn't have a problem if you off the ones that start them. How you talking?
Yo guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I'm just going to be going through my top 5 retakes. Also, some tips and tricks at the end for just guaranteed hype, basically. Now, before we get into it, I just want to say these retakes are pretty advanced. They're not for like a beginner, but honestly, if you practiced enough, you could get them. They do take a bit of practice, even for, you know, an advanced player to a master, I guess. I mean, I've not even mastered all of them yet, I guess, but you know, they're good retakes. They keep you protected as well. So without further ado, like and subscribe to the video. I'm trying to get to 600 subs by Christmas, and hope you enjoy. Let's get into the first retake. Okay, so this is the first retake. Alright, so what you want to do, you want to do double edit, just like this, not like this, just like this, okay? Just a simple double edit, and then this is basically the first ever retake that was ever thought in Fortnite, but there's a little twist to it at the end. So you want to do stair, floor, stair. Okay, simple, right? Easy, simple. First ever retake. That was basically it, and then, but okay, so you want to do that, and then edit these two tiles here, okay? Just like that. One wall, two wall. You want to hug the walls. You want to run up to the walls, place the two walls. Cone, okay? Because you can't do it at the back. You can't place the cone first, because it won't place otherwise. You have to go run up against the two walls, cone, edit the stair like this, two more walls, and edit out like that. Just one edit and then edit out through the wall like that. The hardest bit is probably editing the stair like this, because sometimes you mess up. Sometimes, I mean, I can't even do it every time, but sometimes it just, you mess up the stair. So let's show you one more time. Wall, wall, cone, edit stair, wall, wall, edit out. From here you can do whatever you want, you know, just anything really. But that's basically the first retake. It's a different, like, I've got most of these retakes from different players, like Sway and everything, but you know, over the years of retakes, I've learned them from different people, and these are the main ones I use all the time. But yeah, that's basically the first one. So let's get into the second one now. Okay, now the second retake, protective, just like the first one actually. The first one's also very protective, but the second retake is basically, it's you remember the Dwight-O cone? Dwight-O cone was another very popular. It was probably one of the first retakes. It wasn't really a retake, it was just to protect yourself. You know, just a simple Dwight-O cone like this. And everyone did it, right? But basically, it's an advance from the Dwight-O cone. It's, you know, a lot of people do this. It is quite common. It's where you put yourself a floor, stair. Okay, now what a lot of people do is they just jump out like this and do a side jump. But what you need to do to keep yourself protected, because you're exposed to someone over here, what you really need to try and do is place a wall and then do the side jump, just like this, okay? Because then you're protected from anyone who's here. Unless they're like 2 layers like above you, it's not really that good, but it does keep you a lot more protected than just not placing the wall and just going for the side jump. But another way you can actually do this, because like some people can't really, it takes a lot of time to practice and learn doing the side jump like this, like jumping out, looking forward. There's another way to do it, which is actually probably better. I'll just show you. So you do the cone, wall, but instead of jumping out looking down like this, you want to be looking in front like this, and then you want to do this. That's a lot easier, because it just is. The positioning makes it easier. It's easier to place the builds, and you don't need to like look around more. So this is probably easier for people who struggle to do the other way. And also from this way, you can do a lot more. So you can place a cone on your head, you can edit through the cone and everything. So you can really do what you want from this position. In my opinion, this position, or doing it this way, is probably better than doing it this way. okay? Because there's not as many ways you can come out this way. That's basically the second retake. Anyway, moving on to the third retake. Okay, now onto the third retake. Here we are. So this third retake, just before I get into it, it is very underrated, in my opinion at least. I see literally no one do this, and I mean no one. There's only one person in the whole of the Fortnite community that I see do this, and his name is Derek. Okay, you might have heard of him. He's like a creative demon. He's really good at creative. He's like, you know, amazing. He's the only person I see doing this retake. So I'm just gonna show you guys what it is. You wanna do this, and then I'll do it in full. I'll just do it now. Now, that right there, it looks pretty fancy at first, but it's pretty crazy, okay? So, you're gonna do stair, wall, stair, cone. You need the cone. It's not that hard. This bit's not that hard. Cone, another cone, okay? Now, technically, you could just do it from here, but I mean, it just adds a bit more to the retake, I guess, doing it this way. So you wanna stair, wall, stair, cone, another cone, jump onto it like this, place 4 walls like this, cone, stair. I mean just stair. The cone's already here. Edit cone, edit stair. Another cone, okay? Like, this is gonna really trip out your opponent. You're doing it like 3 times, and then you just do this. This is the hardest bit. Like, once you get it down though, it's pretty easy, okay? You need to get the wall, place the wall here, and then connect yourself with these 2 stairs. You don't really need to place a cone over your head if you want. I mean, it does add more retake, and it does keep you more protected, but honestly, you don't need to. But that is basically it. I only see Derek doing this. If you look at his videos, he doesn't even do it in all the videos, but it is just this, and then this. It's hard to get down at first, but you just need to jump past the cone. You need to jump past it like this. Not like in front of it. Not like this. You have to try and get to as far into this corner as you possibly can. That's the way that you place a wall behind you, and then you can pick yourself up. So it's a pretty nice retake, and if someone is, say your opponent's up, then they're not going to really know what's going on, are they? Because, you know, you're building straight past them, you know, and you're keeping protected as well while doing it. Like this is protected. It depends who your opponent is as well, for which way you can do it. If they're on this side, you're going to want to do it like this, the right side. If they're on the left side, you're going to do it the other side. But yeah, that's basically the general idea of this retake. It is pretty good though. Honestly, very underrated. I only see Derek do it, as I said. It's, you know, it's pretty crazy. Anyway, that's going to be it for the third retake.
My head's so messed up, but I can't fold in no fear.
Okay, now this fourth retake, as we're moving on to it now, is quite advanced. I mean, to be honest, they're all quite advanced, and they all do take time to practice, like the third one, and the first one, and the second one. They all do take time, but let's just get into it, okay? It's more of a, like, protection than actually a retake, but it's very good to protect yourself. So, you just want to be doing a triple edit here. It doesn't really matter whether you do 2 tiles or 1 tile, but I prefer to do 1 tile because it protects you from behind. Like if you do it like this way, people are going to be able to shoot you. But anyway, yeah. So you do a triple edit, okay? And then this is the hard bit. It's pretty. I can't really do it in slow motion, so I'm just going to show you what it is. That's basically it. And you want another cone in your head. I messed it up a bit there, but you don't. I mean, as long as you get most of this bit down. Now, if you don't know what I just did, you basically have to jump out, stair, cone, wall, and then double stair. Okay? I mean, that is quite hard, and you know, you have to get the right position in the air. Okay? I did it again there, but you need to get the right position, or else the stair, it ends up like this. So, and you end up like cooking yourself really badly. I'll show you what I mean, like this, basically like that. If you do it too early, that's what happens. There's many different ways it can happen. Or if you need to get the cone placement right as well. If the cone places in the wrong place, like too far down, it places here instead of above you, and that does ruin a lot of the retake. So really, it's all about the positioning. Once you get it down, my advice is to just look. I did it again there, messed it up. You need to get as far back or as far up as you can. So you need to be jumping out and get as far as you can. Stair, cone, cone, wall, wall, stair, stair. It's basically it, really. It's once you get it down though, it is very protective. I mean, as you can see, it's literally. I mean, you know, you're placing cones over your head. You're making a massive box, almost. There's no way your opponent is going to be able to hit you like this, honestly. But yeah, that's basically the 4th retake. It does take time to practice, but when you get it down, you should be, you know, cracked. Now moving on to the final retake here. So, the final retake, this is what it's going to be. So, there's basically 3 different parts to this retake. So, I was going to get right into it. The first part is basically pretty simple, and it's the easiest way to protect yourself. There was actually in Face Sway's video. It was the most basic one. So, it was in his retake tutorial. You want to do this? This is basically just placing a floor, or just a stair, wall, 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 stair, cone if you can get it off. I can't really get the cone off most of the time, but yeah, it's basically that. That's like the first bit. That's the first basic bit. And then once you've got this down, okay, it depends on where your opponent is as well. So if your opponent is to the left of you, you're gonna want to place the walls here. If they're on the right, you're gonna want to place the walls like this. But that's basically the first bit, okay? And then on the second bit, so say my opponent's on the left of me, I'm doing this, right? And then you're gonna want to do this. Okay, so it's basically like the 3rd retake, only not as hard. There's not a cone here and you're jumping past it. You just want to jump straight out. You want to place walls all around you, get the cone off so that you can go out, and then walls, stairs, cone. Okay, I'll show you one more time. Just like that. You can do it from really any angle, but it's really protective. As you can see, it protects your basically whole body, apart from one side. But once you got it down, you can literally do it every single time. It's pretty good, pretty protective, very protective. So that's the second part. And then another thing you can do. So you've just gone out like this. You could then. This is the 3rd bit. You want to be doing this, okay? This is another way to really protect yourself, okay? Just straight doing this. And what this is, wall, wall, and stair, stair. I can't really do it slow, but you want to be jumping out, placing walls. You want to get a wall up here, and then just getting the stairs off. Once you got it down, you can really do it every time. You need to watch out that the stairs don't actually get in front like this. Like get the stairs out here. You need to watch out for that, but once you got it down, it's really easy. Really easy. So that is basically that's the 3 parts. Okay, so the final part, the tips and tricks. Really, the only tips and tricks I have, right? These are really useful in any situation, not just in build fights. Basically, what you want to be doing is high walls and like counter piece control. They're basically, if you don't know what I mean, I'm going to show you right now. So a high wall is just placing a wall above you. This is the easiest way of a high wall, a 180 high wall. So you just get a high wall off above the first wall, okay? And you just need to look up to get it in. From this, you have an extra wall and you can edit through. Unlike if your opponent has it, they can edit and they can get a shot on you. It's free. So you always want to be looking when you do 180s. Get that high wall off. All right. Like even see you're jumping, get the high wall off. You just as many times as you can get the high wall off. So that's what a high wall is. There's many different ways of doing it, but as long as you get it, you just need to take that wall. The second tip is, I don't really know what it's called, but it is some form of using a high wall and piece control. It's, say you're in a position, you do a 180, you want to look up, stare, wall, and then you have the wall. So if your opponent is down here, okay, if you place the wall before them, you can then edit out and you can box them in. They can't get the wall, so you can then from here, you can box them in like this, and you have them boxed. Another thing that I like to do is I like to just do this. Oh shoot, sorry. I like to do this. Get the cone in. Okay, ignore that cone. You need to get the cone in. So just like that. Then you can box them in. You've basically got them boxed. or you can do this. You have so many options from doing this. It's basically, as long as you get this wall, I like to place the cone first, but it's better to place the wall, to be honest. You're going to place in the wall and then a cone. That is probably the best way to piece controlling someone. Or you can edit out like this. I like to edit out if maybe they get out of the box somehow. There's many things you can do from this position. But yeah, that is basically all the tips and tricks I have. Remember, just to keep high walling and whatever this cone trick's called, while you place a cone in the wall. But yeah, that is basically it. So apart from that, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. These are like my 5 go-to retakes in anything really. They keep me protected, they give me height, they do all they really need to. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I hope you have a really happy Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers as well. And I will catch you in another video. Peace.